Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. So what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So it's 4:33 p.m. in our old England, my delicious little babies, in our old Brummy land. And well, it's been raining. It's been sunshiny, okay? But I haven't seen one of my beautiful little rainbows yet. Yes, I do know what the real meaning is. I've still yet to do a video on that, actually, my delicious babies. That's just reminding my noddle. I'll have to write this down, okay? Yes, I do. But I like to, you know, in my heart, because I do have one, my delicious babies. I know that some seem to think I do not, but I do. Okay, my delicious babies. Well, in my heart, I just love to see a rainbow, like when you was little. I can see a rainbow. Oh, you're all right, little Maze. Oh, she'd come up. All right, little baby. Yes, you come to say hello. Oh, she's come to say hello, bless her. Oh, bless her beautiful dear little soul. She's so beautiful. Aren't you my beautiful little queenie princess, Maisie? Right, anyway, let me just get her. I can see a rainbow, see a rainbow, see a rainbow too. Like when you're little, and you see this beautiful rainbow, after all of the peeing down and thunder and lightning. It's like thunder, lightning, And then you get a beautiful rainbow, but one has not appeared today. It's just like that. I call it mad delicious babies. It's like being a little bairn again. You know what I mean? It's just that joy when you smile and, oh, a rainbow's out. It's just that happiness. Do you understand what I mean, mad delicious babies? When to whom it may concern and the little lackeys like us all to be flipping severely miserable, and at the point of no return. Well, that will never happen to myself, mad delicious babies, you know what I mean? Because I keep my noddle and my wits, there we are, about myself as much as I can. Now then, the wind is getting quite windier, okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to give you 2 videos today, and then I'm going to be over and out, okay? So, and I'll say it all now, okay? So whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. Okay, and please take care of yourselves now then, and please try to take care of others, because we are in a bonkers, crackers, and crazy world, okay? Now then, so first one. Now this is interesting, okay, my delicious babies. This uploader happens to have 5.83 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And the uploader is called capital T, the, space, capital W-Y, wow, and then space, capital F, files. So all spaces, I'll just repeat that again for you, the Y files, okay, my delicious babies. That's the uploader, and with anybody not in that way, not in that way. And the video should read The Forbidden Theory of Morphic Resonance. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to repeat this again for you. The Forbidden Theory of Morphic Resonance. Okay, my delicious babies, now it's nearly 38 minutes long. Your man there, I've never seen this channel before. Now, for some of you my delicious babies, you may have done. He's a rather large one, 5.83 million. But the fact of the matter is, I've just seen some of the comments. Of course, for myself, I do not have time to look at all. The fact of the matter is, my delicious babies, well, there seems to be a lot of positivity here, plus the fact there's a lot of likes to this video, and there's a lot of comments. I think there's 9,000. Okay, my delicious babies, well worth a little look at this. It's all to do with science, and things like this. But yeah, it's nice. It's refreshing to see. Whenever I look at channels, my delicious babies, to see positivity, positive comments. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes, okay, because sometimes I don't know what happens. I feel that, and this is not myself taking the pee out of anybody, you know, because I wouldn't do that, you know what I mean? But it goes through stages where ones can just be damn rank nasty, you know what I mean, okay? And of course, it has a knock-on effect, because if you sending negative comments here, then there, then flipping effing everywhere, do you know what I mean? Well, it's not very good energy. It's not very sociable, is it, Martin? Babies? Anyway, well worth a listen to this video. Now, he's only got about 400 and something videos, so to get to 5.83 million, okay? But they look, there we are, interesting. Do you know what I mean? I'm halfway through this one, and that's why I'm advertising it. Okay, very interesting. Okay, I mean, I love little mice and little rats and everything. Well, I do. You know what I mean? Mad babies. But anyways, explaining something. Now then, mad babies. So the final video for today. Oh, and I'm just started listening to our lovely, not in that way, not in that way, our lovely The Space Charlie Space Ward Space Show. Okay, mad babies. So he's on YouTube, our dear Charlie, not in that way, not in that way. And he's also, it's peeing down again, look. Raindrops keep falling on my head, okay? And he's also on Rumble. He's on, you know, different places. Okay, mad babies. Well, that's a good, interesting video. It's the Insiders Club, and he's talking to his guest. So I'm interested in that, but I just need to get my video out now to the babies. I'm rather late doing it today. I was umming and ahhing whether to do one, but anyway. So that's that. So that's Dear Charlie advertised as well, okay? I'll just go through all the different advertising. I'll do it as a hobby, as I keep explaining. The final video today, my delicious babies, is 6.59 thousand subscribers, and I think I've advertised these once before. The uploader, sorry, is called Never Needed to Stumble Here, capital C, Curious, space, capital B, British. Okay, my delicious baby, so I'll just repeat that again for you with spaces. Curious, British, that's the uploader on YouTube. The video should read, this here, my delicious babies, okay? This one here, how many minutes long is it? I think it's about 20 minutes. I think it could be about 20 minutes. Okay, my delicious babies. And the video should read, now, I'm not talking to any of our delicious babies who are already aware of this video. I'm talking to our delicious babies who are not aware of this video, okay? I personally do not feel that many actually know about this, okay? That's just a feeling, there we are, that I'm getting, okay? 10, this is what the title should read, 10 British graves that were locked shut. The reason, and then in brackets, the reason will disturb you. Okay, my delicious babies, see now the sun's back out. So I'll just repeat this once again for you. Sorry, my delicious babies, I do get distracted sometimes, you know what I mean? 10 British graves that were locked shut, in brackets, the reason will disturb you. Now then, my delicious babies, I would really take a listen to this, because I have happened to see over my decades some graves, okay, where they're completely, you know, cornered off from everywhere else. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, what is this about? What is this about? Very quickly. Well, sorry, excuse me. My delicious babies, must be something happening in France. Frog in my throat. This is all to do with anatomy schools, my delicious babies. It's very disturbing. Now, apparently, I really just do not like saying this, okay? But when one's, okay, my little baby, okay. All right, Mummy's just finishing my video, okay? I'm just finishing the video. She keeps jumping up, so, you're all right, baby, okay? I know what's going on lately sometimes with my little babies. You know, sometimes they circle me, do you know what I mean? Like, then I'll hear some bad news or something, you know what I mean? Anyway, my delicious babies, get back to the matter in hand. Yeah, this is all to do with anatomy schools. Now, what it is, if you could get, say, somebody's dear loved one, family, friends, you know, when they'd passed, okay, their body, I'm so sorry to have to say this, my delicious babies, was worth more than, say, somebody who went out to go and earn a wage. month's wages. Martyrs, babies, yes, I'm telling the truth here. Now, I'm really pleased actually that this came up on my feed. Now, I do believe originally this never, because like I said, I feel like I've advertised these just once before, but I'm really pleased this came up because I always wondered, why they put that round there. So I did wonder, and now I've got my answer. But how terrible is that? Mad little babies now for ones who couldn't afford it. And of course, this involved a lot of iron, said two ways, mad little babies. And for the families who couldn't afford, what they would do when their dear loved one was buried, bless, and left this earth. I always believe that our spirit's still floating around anyway, mad little babies anyway. But that's just my thoughts. I'm a woman with a view. Shall I be effing view? Okay. I'll certainly, in decades to come, ones will know that I'm still around, let me tell you. You know the very martyrs, babies, yes. Anyway, but being serious now, that is being serious. Okay, martyrs, babies, well, for the families who couldn't afford, they used to sit for some of them for weeks. No joke, martyrs, babies, you know what I mean? So that's whatever the weather. Isn't that sad? Do you see what I mean? Now, in one of the comments, it said, words to effect, okay? Well, you cannot afford to live, or we don't like this word, we seem to hear a lot of it of late. We cannot afford to live or die. Well, actually, it's damn well true, isn't it, really? For most of us mad babies who happen to live in, there we are, the real world. You know what I mean? So, the point is, mad babies, is this. It is well worth a watch of this video as well, and it will shock you. There we are, it will shock you. So next time you pass a graveyard, mad little babies, and you happen to see, because there are some, and you find that there's ones in these, like, where like in England, like these little tiny villages. Do you see what I'm saying, mad little babies? Because it's all about the history. You know what I mean, mad babies, yes. Anyway, and so that's all my videos. Now, finally, what I want to mention, and then I'm going to go. This is to do with a dear young lad who was a teenager called, which of course many will know about. Very sadly, this reality, what happened. Mad little babies, dear Henry Nowak. Okay, mad little baby. So he's only 18, bless him. 18 years of age, with the rest of his life ahead of him. And somebody takes it upon themselves to attack him. And very sadly, he lost his dear life. Okay, mad little babies, is very sad. What was worse still, and there's a lot of this on social media at the moment, mad little babies, the worst part of all in all of this is that, especially when the footage has been shown, the way that the old Bill, now the young lad, bless dear Henry, his beautiful dear little soul, not in that way, not in that way. And may his dear little beautiful soul rest in peace, okay, because that's nowhere to pass, okay. The fact of the matter is, especially when he's done nothing wrong, because I personally, judging, you know what I mean, I personally do not feel he did anything wrong. He's just a lad walking, do you understand what I mean? Shouldn't be attacked like that. You know what I mean, mad little baby as well. The fact of the matter was the way the old Bill dealt with it. Now, in that time, they could have got the ambulance. Do you know what I mean? What was it all about? So I totally agree with what others are saying, because we got eyes to see for those of us who are blessed, and ears to hear for those of us who are blessed. Okay, I never needed to stumble there. So when he said, I don't think so, mate, is it words to effect, I don't think so, what one of the old Bills said, when he said that, he's been severely injured. Okay, mad little baby. So This is complete madness. You know, when I look at my beautiful, how I love them so, how I love her so, my beautiful dear little nana and granddad's generation, you know what I mean? And to think that, you know, one's fought in the war, because I've got family members, you know, who have fought in the war and everything like this. I'm pretty sure, because I don't like to use these words, but I'm pretty sure they'll be turning in the graves, man, to see what's happened now. One more thing I want to mention, because me personally, okay, I'm not a resident. Anyway, I'm not even going to go there. I know some beautiful dear Indian families, okay. I've got a close, one of my beautiful dear little friends who's Indian as well. I've been friends for years, dear friends for years, okay. So this is not what this is about, okay. Now, I do not believe that one should walk around, you know, with these sharper tools, shall we say. But I'm not being nasty, but others are not allowed to do that. So they're not allowed to carry something. You see, this is what I'm saying, Martlish, the babies, you know what I mean? And what did he get? 21 year? That's code again for 3, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Martlish, the babies, okay. Now, I do totally agree what others are saying. It's just ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense. I do not need, not being rude or disrespectful or nasty to anybody, but I do not need to look at videos to know what's in my own noddle. You know, the fact of the matter is, you cannot say, if one does something, you cannot say that everybody else is bad. You cannot do that. And really, to be honest, I'm speaking for myself, I would never say that, okay? But my thoughts went out totally to that poor dear lad, Henry Nowak, and his lovely dear little family now, not in that way, not in that way. I mean, you imagine, I mean, his one sister, Olivia, you know, she's, you know, beside herself. Do you understand what I mean? I'm pretty sure, bless her dear little soul, she, you know, not in that way, not in that way, but she'll probably never ever get over it. Well, neither would a mammy bear either, or a papa bear, or their little siblings, or family members and friends. Because what took place was totally senseless. Then, for you, you're a young man there now then, to turn around and say that this was racist, when it clearly was not racist. But I've said it before and I repeat it again. This, where there used to be constables, this is now under officers. I've been long time saying this, Martlish babies, which is completely different altogether. But I'm telling you something now, you know, when they said that they couldn't, you know, say, I still believe, there we are, there may have been a chance too. There we are, save him, that dear lad. Do you know what I mean? Instead of all the faffing about and then handcuffing when he's severely injured. Imagine his whole dear family now, his lovely dear family, having to look at all that. You know, look, imagine any mama or papa bear or any sibling or any family member or friends. It's like you wish you was there so you could go to help. There we are. Do you see what I mean? I'm not going to say anything else, Martlish babies. I'm not going to say anything else at all. I just feel it's best not to. So I'm just going to, you know, like I say, my heart goes out to the beautiful dear, poor dear lad who passed, Henry Nowak, and his lovely dear family. Not in that way, not in that way. No, I do not know them. But to tell you what, this is the most appalling. Oh, hey, hello. See, something's going on today, Martlish baby. It's all right, little baby. All right, little chinny. All right, baby. This is Auntie Carla's little chinny. Okay, baby. All right. I'll be finishing in a minute. I'll be finishing in a minute. Let me just finish my. See what's going on today, Martlish babies. Anyway, right. So I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything else now. It's just, you know, it's just disgusting. But I'm just not gonna say nothing else. Okay, Martin, babies. So you just please take care of yourselves now then, okay? Thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, for the occasional comments. and how I love you so. Okay, but I'm telling you something now. I personally would never ever, and please, may my dear loved ones, and dear friends, families, and everything, my dear families, everything, may they be, fully protected always. Do you understand what I mean? Do you see? Okay, but I would never get over it. No, I wouldn't. I'm going to leave it like that now to the little babies, okay? So you just please just look after now. How I love you all so. All right, baby, I'm coming now. Okay, lots of love to you all. Okay, thank you. I'm not changing my video now to the babies. See how they've gone round in a circle? So our beautiful little Maisie and our Auntie Carla's beautiful little cheek. There's something going on. Okay, there we are. Now to there is anyway. So you just take care now. Thank you. Sorry, looks all chaotic. It's certainly not that. Okay. Lots of love. Take care. Thank you. Goodbye.